Jerry Pietrala on the Fishbowl. Welcome.
How do you do? It's great to be here.
Great to be here too. We are at a Grossfest 2018. Great event so far. I'm really happy to be here.
Me too.
Let's talk about Batshit.
By all means.
Now, I've actually been following this on Facebook.
Oh, okay. That's
so
good.
I'm a little familiar with it, but if you could tell my viewers a little bit more about the film and what we can expect.
Okay. Well, it's a horror film. I believe it would fall into the genre of psychological thriller. It's being produced by the writers and Dave Okradowski, and they're the writers, the script writers for it. Now, I don't want to spoil too much of it, but they're filming a few scenes for the film currently at the moment. A few small scenes. The major scenes won't be done until mid-August. The biggest scenes will be filmed from mid-August until the beginning of September. I'm given the lead. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but the movie's about a guy who realizes very slowly that the pharmaceutical drugs that he regularly takes are causing his mental breakdown, and a whole bunch of weird stuff happens to him. He starts seeing things that are not really there. He hears voices that are not really there. The drugs that he's taking are making him go nuts.
Awesome. So this is definitely more of the horror comedic route.
It does have a few comical moments here and there. Yes, I'm maybe more than a few. I would say several would be the correct word. But a teaser was made back at the beginning of this year, and you can actually find it on YouTube as well.
Awesome.
And
awesome.
the teaser was attached to a GoFundMe campaign. There is a GoFundMe campaign for Batshit as well. So encourage everybody to give us a donation.
Absolutely. You hear that, fishes? Go swim and give those donations. Support indie film because it's very important, and help your fellow filmmakers out. On a different question, this is kind of like what more of my show kind of relates to is, what are some of your favorite films?
Gee, I have actually many favorite films, but the ones that I can think of from the top of my head are High Anxiety, which is a Mel Brooks comedy that spoofs all the different horror flicks, and I also like the movie There's Something About Mary. I like the movie It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. I'm a big fan of the playwright and screenwriter Neil Simon. I believe that he has a really outstanding wit. Those are the films I can think of from the top of my head. I might come up with more later on.
Awesome. I have to just say that my dad introduced me to It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World when I was
cool.
Young, and that's still one of my favorite, classic pieces of cinema. I think just how it kind of had, cameos from, all of the comedians that were basically
that movie features an all-star cast.
Yeah, exactly. And just the stunts, is all
I agree with you.
Crazy out there stunts, and seeing the Three Stooges in there.
Oh yes,
and,
absolutely.
Just every classic, comedian that came up more in the slapstick era and is now kind of was fading out at that time. Unfortunately, got to have major cameos.
Yes, that movie has a lot of great one-liners too.
Right.
One particular one-liner that always sticks out for me is when Jonathan Winter says to Milton Berle, "Listen, anything you have to say about your mother-in-law, you don't have to explain to me. You know what I mean? Like if she were the star of a real crummy horror movie, I'd believe it."
I think my favorite scene with Jonathan Winters is when he's taking on the two gas station attendants.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
One of the gas station attendants was played by Marvin Kaplan, and Marvin had the pleasure of being a semi-regular on the TV show Alice, which is a favorite TV show that I have.
Awesome.
That's one of my favorite shows.
I think just that whole sequence with him, just the slapstick humor with destroying the gas station.
Oh, yeah.
Was hysterical.
I agree with you.
You know, and I'm one of those people that is actually still a fan of slapstick.
I'm a fan of slapstick too. I believe that we should try to revise slapstick.
I definitely agree, and it's like in some of my favorite horror movies that you kind of see slapstick kind of come back, which is like in the Evil Dead movies,
Right?
With
Yeah.
the whole Sam Raimi thing with Bruce Campbell
And think about it. There were so many performers back in the Golden Age era who were who were experts at slapstick. I mean, there was the Three Stooges, Lucille Ball,
right.
Dick Van Dyke was a really whiz at slapstick too.
And there's of course the classics like Buster Keaton.
Oh, yeah.
And Charlie Chaplin.
I agree.
And the Stooges again. So many of them that came up in the silent film era that you can look back on. I actually shared something on Facebook that was strictly video footage of the stunts that were done during silent films
Right.
for slapstick comedy, and people don't realize that safety regulations were a lot different back then.
Oh, I agree.
And those things that those actors were doing, they could die.
Right.
A lot more easily than they could, today, and with less lawsuit problems and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
As well. But seeing some of the stuff that they created with like the buildings collapsing and
Oh, yeah.
like walking in front of it's walking into a position just as like a building collapses and like the window falls right where they're standing, so it's like they're left harmless, and it seems like seamless, but that had to be carefully planned out and
Right.
Designed and set up, and sometimes they only had one chance to get it right, and it could mean life or death for those actors.
Absolutely.
And just seeing them like that's what they love to do. I mean, Buster Keaton especially.
Right.
Seeing the stuff that he was doing, and it's just those guys, their comedy still holds up today.
Right. And when you look at some of the the dangerous stunts that they do, I mean, you'll know exactly what people mean when they say that those guys suffer for their art.
Right, exactly. And seeing like people who do their own stunts today, is cool and everything, but they have a lot more kind of safety nets backing them than what the actors of the silent film era did not have.
Right.
And I mean, I hear everything in the news with Tom Cruise, like almost dying, yet again on another stunt. But what people don't realize is that people like Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin, they risked their lives every single time they did a major stunt.
True.
And could have seriously gotten injured or died.
Absolutely.
So, but awesome. Well, do you have any other upcoming projects to promote or anything?
Well, I'm also going to be doing voiceover work for a short film called Don't Listen. I couldn't remember the title of it, right away. I get involved with so many projects, I can't even keep track of what their names are. But I'll be doing voiceover work for that this coming Thursday, and I'll also be filming a brief but important film for Batshit, and then for the 17th is when the major scenes for Batshit will be filmed.
Awesome.
So that's pretty much the only updates that I have at the moment.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me to swim in the bowl with me.
Oh, my pleasure.
I hope the temperature was just right.
Oh, the temperature was perfect. I have no complaints.
Awesome. Well, thanks again. And we're here at Grossfest 2018. Great convention so far. A lot of great dealers. If it's going on again next year, I highly suggest all you fishes make it out.